As you can see, the mulberries are falling like crazy. They're all over the ground. And the trees are still loaded even though we've been harvesting for several weeks now. And the ground's full, the birds are eating. The tree is still quite loaded. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to harvest mulberries and the best way to cook them. We're coming to the end of the mulberry season and we've been eating off this tree. It makes really great mulberries. Mulberries are typically very mild, but every tree is not the same, so some trees do tend to have a little bit more flavor than other trees. This is a very good tree and it produces very well. Like I said, we've been eating off of it for weeks, putting it in our oatmeal and muffins and pancakes and all these little things, but it's coming to the point now where they're getting wasted. The ground is absolutely covered. The birds are eating like crazy. There's a storm coming that's going to knock a lot of them out the tree, so I'm going to go ahead and harvest, and I'm going to show you the easy and quickest way that you can get these things harvested and a great way that you can cook them. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to lay me a tarp out underneath the branch that I'm going to shake. Unless you have a really big tarp, then you want to kind of localize where you're shaking because you don't want it to all fall in the dirt. If you're going to do this, I recommend you wear black, purple, dark colors because it stains like crazy. You can use a sheet or a blanket, but unless, like I said, it's black, you'll probably never use it again because it's going to stain like crazy. So I'm just using a tarp because it makes it really easy. Cleanup is easy. And you may have heard the expression before, shake the mulberry tree. Well, really that's all you have to do. And I've shaken this tree down several times and gotten several harvests off of it. So this is probably going to be the last time I'm going to harvest off of it, maybe, but then it keeps surprising me and making more and more and more and more and more, so there may be another harvest, who knows. But there is some rain coming, so I want to get it done before the rain because the rain will definitely knock a lot of them to the ground. And once they're off the tree, they start to soften and rot really, really quickly. So you want to pick them off the tree. You don't really too much want to pick off the ground because they're already turned into wine. For this step, you don't want to pull on the whole branch and shake it because that'll shake everything back to the tree and you'll lose a lot on the ground. You just want to jerk what's right over your tarp. Like this, you're getting only the right berries. But I like to actually throw in a couple of the red berries as well because they're a little more tart. And they kind of add more flavor and take away from the mildness of the berries when you cook them down. Now, as you can see off of a branch that's been harvested many times already this season, just that one little tiny shaking has already dropped us quite a bunch. So even though their flavor is a little bit more mild than, say, wild blackberry or dewberry, the ease of the harvest makes it still very beneficial and sometimes even favorable. And what I like to do for making things like pies and stuff is I'll mix like wild dewberry with the mulberry to get a little bit stronger taste and stretch the ease of the harvest because it's definitely much easier than fighting with briars and snakes and all of the trouble, the poison ivy and everything else that comes along with harvesting, say, dewberry or blackberry. Looks like Cookie and Scout's going to help me hold the tarp down. Pull this branch directly over as you can. As you can see, it's very staining. My feet are purple, my hands are purple. By the end of the day, I'm gonna look like Barney, but we're gonna have some really good stuff to put in the freezer and in the jars and in the preserves and in the pies for the rest of the year, so it's worth a little mess. Okay, I'm gonna step on you. And as usual, Cookie thinks everything in life is about her pleasure and fun, so she is all up underneath this tarp, causing me problems. And now Scalliper is too. And I have purple everywhere. I've harvested enough to put up for my pies right now. There's actually still a lot on the tops of the trees. I could climb the tree and really shake it, but I'm gonna give it another day or so and see. I'll come out again in the morning. It's starting to get a little bit hot, so I'll come out in the morning if it hasn't rained last night and get the rest that's at the top of the tree. But I have plenty enough to store right now. As you can see, I'm pretty stained head to toe. Even my feet are purple, my legs are purple, but it's okay because I just remembered that I have to get flour to make my pie crust, so I'm gonna have to go to the store. But everyone will know. They'll just assume I'm dewberry picking or mulberry picking, because that's what you do in springtime. I'm not making one. I just couldn't help but squish a few trying to get them off the tarp.